And we're live! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Save or Dice, the Kharos Stones. My name is Cody with Taking 20, and I have some beautiful, incredible, wonderful, sexy, amazing, fantastic, 100,000 subscriber having people with me as we welcome in SCLANDERS from How to Be a Great GM, who just so happens to be a great GM. Of course, I have...
That's useful, right?
Of course, I have in the wrong spots because somebody turned off their camera. David FRIANT playing Jinx. He'll be playing xMsGinjaNinja. We have Valentine being played by Lauren.
I'm just going to read all episode. That's what I'm doing.
Today, Jacob will be transforming with Venkus into somebody who is not 6. And of course, we still have the sarcastic bastard Draxus being played by Michael Hunt with unMadeGaming. Here, while I fix the screens to talk about our wonderful sponsors, whom I haven't told is going to be talking about the sponsors tonight, will be Michael Hunt from unMadeGaming.
That's me.
You win! You won, Michael.
Guys,
come on down!
We have sponsors, and I know who they are. At least one of them is Fantasy Grounds, because we all know that's my favorite preferred online role-playing source. Our second one, probably Elderwood Academy?
It would be Elderwood Academy.
Nailed it! Guys, I nailed it. That wasn't a question at all. That was 100%.
We've already had some giveaway. Mike, you...
That design studio thing that you make all the cool maps that Guy made.
Yes, as Jacob.
Dungeon Painter Studio.
Do you like to make dungeon maps? Would you like a studio which to paint them in? Dungeon Painter Studios.
Yeah.
And Elderwood Academy, they make awesome dice boxes, dice chests, dice rollers, all kinds of fun things out of wood. Elder wood. See how those two work together?
Yeah, get your wood on.
Get your wood on. Wood.
I don't think "Get Your Wood On" is approved as
slogan.
If you've got wood dice, you can put your wood in the box.
Get your elders, get your wood, and get
before we pitch any more sponsors, guys, if you'd like to get your wood on, check out patreon.com/saverdice and get your wood on.
Good. You should.
Also, we have a giveaway for our favorite Fantasy Grounds online tabletop provider. Link in chat.
David FRIANT will be posting that up because he has no other job to do today. So,
if you say link in chat, does it just magically appear?
Yeah,
it does. Once I go grab it,
magic. Can I get that?
Live
magic?
Jasmine /Saver Dice.
Link in chat.
There we go. Now we don't have people all messed up and all over the place. Guy, congratulations, man. No bullshit. 100,000 subscribers. That's absolutely fantastic. So congratulations, buddy. We would take a few moments to just give you some love for a well-earned subscriber milestone.
Congratulate Guy, you fuckers.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Congratulations, Guy. Your content's better than all of ours.
No. I've just been around for a long time. It's like
congratulations, Guy. You're old.
For lifetime achievement. Like, here we go.
With no further ado, SCLANDERS.
Do we need to give Jacob a moment?
No,
all right.
It's not important.
I'm fine. I just don't know how to breathe while drinking water.
Gene Coate says, and I helped.
Absolutely. All right. So if we cast our minds back to the disastrous moments before we left the show last time, we have 3 heroes who are on the roof of this Hotel Evas, and 2 heroes who are down in the parking lot breaking bread with the local constabulary, who have arrived owing to a hostage alarm that has triggered in the concierge lobby. So that's where we find ourselves. Initiative was thrown around all over the place. So we're going to start at the top of the round, which is usually Valentin, because he always likes to go first.
Yep.
And... So
I want to point out one thing real quick before we get started. While those guys are battling dastardly villains, me and Jinx, we have a battle of our own going on. We're battling illiteracy, folks. The real villain here, okay?
Keep your kids in school. If you are a kid, stay in school.
And don't do drugs.
Guys, this is not the After Dark show. Let's reel it in.
That wasn't inappropriate. That was a good message from our sponsors. It's how you scale children into learning.
Our sponsor, the American school system.
The public broadcasting system.
local PBS, Reading Rainbow.
Okay, so I'm on a roof.
Yeah, can we carry on now? Are we done with our public announcements? Are we curing cancer as well? Right. Okay, so good. Fantastic. Right, so Barnabas is down. He was attacked and has collapsed in the basket with Balok, the vicious one. Valentine has charged over to try and engage him, and that's where we find ourselves. Valentine, what are you doing? You recall there's two ogres standing next to the bar.
Yeah, I really wanted to go on a ride with him and then like try to murder him, but I decide that that's a little too evil. And I currently have him grabbed, I believe.
That's correct, yeah.
Throat. I want to try and heave him out of the balloon. I just want to pick him up and like shove him out of it.
Right. Give me a athletics check, if you please.
No problem. My athletics bonus is a 3. Oh, that sucked.
You try and lift him. He tries to lift you. There's general heaving and lifting, and no one goes anywhere. General result of this display of manliness. All right, so that leaves the large ogre, who is Haglu's brother, named Haglu, and he is going to attack the mage, the Duraxis character, because he is there and everyone else is inside the basket. He makes an attack for you, Draxis, and if I do that, it should work.
Sorry,
and
Draxis.
Completely misses as he swings at you and does not connect whatsoever. Nemia, downstairs, you are sitting... you were making a fire, if I recall, as one of the guards had rushed off to go and buy some better bread, whilst the other guard had remained behind to make sure...
Olive oil.
Didn't go... buy olive oil, that's correct. Yes, quite right. Go and buy... olive oil, because that's the thing.
Yeah, there's a really good brand called Mariosac.
Mariosac olive oil, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's real salty. I keep forgetting we're not in the Sunday show, guys.
It's low hanging fruit, so yes, it's easy to pick. It's a halfling brand, yes, he's gone off to go and buy that. It might take him some time, so what are you doing? Jinx.
I think we're just kind of sitting. I don't know what my buddy here is doing, but I think she is sitting near the fire again and just kind of, stoking the fire and asking the guard, of course, what's going on the roof, and just trying to be kind of friendly and whatever and figure out what's going on up there.
There is some general screaming that you can hear coming from at the top of the hotel now. It's starting to drift its way down.
It's all Balak.
I beg your pardon?
It's all Balak.
It's all Balak.
All Balak. And probably Barnabas.
Yeah. He's sitting there next to the fire. He's kind of holding his spear, and he looks up and he looks back at you. He's like, in my line of work, there are men who've been assigned to go up there, and so that's their. It's all about duty. I was told stay here and guard the two of you. So whatever that noise is, until I'm told otherwise, I'm following my duty to stay here and guard the two of you. So it's I find it you live longer with that kind of approach. Really.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I understand. I could totally respect you wanting to do your job. It's very honorable of you. But where I start to have a problem is my job is to make sure that one of the guys up there who, he's always falling over and he's always hurt and yelling and complaining. We have to watch him. And we can't do that from down here. So what if you guard us, right? You could even have his, you could watch our weapons. We'll put them behind us on our backs or something. And which I don't even have weapons. Don't carry any. I can't fit any in this potato sack. I mean, so I think, what if you watched us while you do your job while we do our job, type thing.
You want us to go towards the noise of significant damage and screaming for pain and death and destruction.
But does listening to what you're supposed to do and taking it quite literally make you the hero at the end of the day? or does rushing into danger while still doing your job and saving your friends or coworkers? Yeah.
Or does doing your job and not rushing anywhere and going home later on for a nice beer and a little sit down with the little lady make you a hero? Yes, that's the one that makes you a hero. Yes, it does.
As a lady, obviously, I'm thinking that she might like some battle scars and like, you know, you're not going to die. We would make sure that you're safe. You know, our friends are up there fighting whatever it is or doing, you know, whatever other shenanigans.
Well, hang on a moment. We're supposed to be arresting your friends.
That's not what I heard. I heard your friend, when he was going to the kitchen, said that he was going upstairs to look at them after. They're saving people up there. He's trying to like...
Give me a persuasion check with advantage, please, because he is incredibly confused right now. There is conflicting messaging going on in his head, battle scars, olive oil toast.
13.
Yeah.
Cody and I are definitely not arguing.
I'm dying.
He's like, yeah, all right, okay, battle scar, just a little one there. We don't have to go over the top, right?
Just a bit of scratch.
Yeah, just a scratch. But what about the toast?
Oh my god!
You can have my portion when we get up there. I'll let you have it. Okay. And she pulls a piece of bread, one for now, one for later.
He takes it. Vankus, you going along with this?
The fire spirits, they favor this plan. I snap my fingers and produce flame. We will toast on the roof together.
Yes.
We need to have like Goodberry, but in like bread form, or like
Goodberry bread.
Yeah.
And so
it's going to take us like 4 rounds to get up there. You're going to be dead.
If you put it in between, if you put the berry in between 2 pieces of bread, it could be like a good burger.
Now you're on. Now you're
there we go.
On board
Speaking
here.
of well done, Barnabas.
I die more.
You die more.
Here we go.
No, it
10.
just rolled. It rolled automatically for you.
Oh,
because I switched over onto the.
No!
I don't know which one I take. I just pressed
no!
but it rolled.
All right, chat. Listen, I loved Barnabas, but it's fine. We have backup art. We'll just.
You have no idea. No, but that's only his first fail, isn't it?
I believe he had 1 success and 1 failure last week. One success, and this makes it now 1 failure.
We'll go with that. Perfect. All right, so Vankus, you see that Jenks has convinced this guard to now start heading into the hotel. He's busy nomming down on some of her bread, complimenting her on her croutons. And what do you?
We're going to follow him in. I guess we're going to move, run. So dashing.
Dashing. All right. So you sort of rush ahead. The guard's like, oh, okay, all right, fine. So everyone sort of moves at a bit of a pace. Vankus, as you run in through the lobby, you can see that the captain of the guard is leaning against the counter, chatting up the concierge, whilst he seems completely oblivious to what's going on upstairs. And from here, you actually can't hear the battle once you're inside the hotel, because the lobby is sort of full of people complaining and moaning and demanding bits and bobs back.
Hey, fighting upstairs, fighting! And I just keep going.
Okay. As you rush past, you yell that at them. They're uncertain as to what to do. Balak is going to act. He's got a very nasty Valentine busy sort of face hugging him at the moment. So he is going to try and break free of your grapple there, Valentine. So he's going to try and wrench himself out of it.
Try me, bitch.
So there is his athletics check, which is a natural 1. So he just starts stroking your back gently and delicately. Whilst
is he wearing a shirt? No.
Sorry, Cody.
Fine.
So yeah, you're just lying in each other's arms. He doesn't move anywhere. He doesn't do anything. Draxus, you're up next. You have your illusionary or your invisible creature up on the trying to sting poor old Balak, I believe. You're muted at the moment, so your spells don't go off. Oops, failure of semantic components.
Say something again now, because you're unmuted. No.
Nope.
Just yell it. We'll listen to it on Lauren's computer.
No, seriously, open the door, or at least for now.
Okay, so Draxus is kind of something's happened. You maybe had lemon juice for breakfast. I don't know. He's doing something. He's rolled whatever you did. You failed.
Oh, fuck that.
So your rapier didn't hit. Your whip does hit, and does a whole 1 point of damage against the ogre. Just nod twice if it's the ogre. 5 damage. So it's the ogre. Okay, cool. So we will do 5 damage to either ogre. Not going to press that button because that will cause that disaster to happen. Okay. Right, so there we go. That is what Draxus does. He cracks his whip. He stabs with his rapier. The whip connects, doing significant damage to the ogre. The ogre turns around with a hurt look on his face. He's no longer worried about his master. He's now worried about Draxus, who is trying to attack him with a whip, and so he tries to bash Draxus. There are 2 ogres on the roof. He smacks at Draxus for a 13, completely missing the scaly lizard as he bounces around. And that takes us to the top of the round. Valentine, what are you doing?
All right. This guy is just caressing me in the back as we're just kind of wrestling each other. I look over. Barnabas is out, right?
Correct.
Shit. Fuck.
Or kill the guy. I don't care. That's fine.
I don't have any healing on me. I can't do anything.
Dude, you're a fighter. Just kill this guy.
I don't want you to die.
If I die, I'll make a new character.
It'll be an even trade.
Listen, I know you're I know you're young, Jacob, but back in my day, characters died.
Characters just died?
Characters died, man.
Valentine wants you to die.
No man left behind.
Especially that, because he's a soldier. So I am going to, fuck. I'm going to let go of Balak. I'm going to grab Barnabas.
Yes.
And I grab him. I pull him into my arms, and Celine Dion begins to play. And then I look for we're right by the edge, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to look down.
There are multiple striped canvas overhangs that protect sunscreens that protect the windows from the sun.
Oh my god!
I turn towards Draxus and I look at him, and I just turn back, looking towards the ground, and I jump.
It is 4 stories, so
I would break the fall. Like, I don't want Barnabas to die.
Are you jumping between the canvas sunscreens?
No, I want to jump onto the canvas so it breaks my fall. Yeah.
Okay, absolutely.
And I will go down first with Barnabas on top of me, and I will fall back.
Right. Okay, good. Fantastic. Lovely. Thank you for that.
Guy, just so you know, as you make this ruling, Barnabas is geared up as a paladin.
Yes.
So, I mean, and he's got 16 constitution. He's a hefty boy.
We have no other choice. We have no other choice, Cody.
Just so you know,
this is
when you're wondering whether or not a canvas sheet will stop a 4-story.
It will.
Well, it's cinematic, right? I mean, it's got it. They're going to bounce off of that and land in the hay in the barn, right? That's how that works.
Yes.
Not. That would be interesting.
Man.
All right, so that's what you do. Give me an acrobatics check as you try and aim for one of these canvas.
I am actually good at acrobatics.
Shield.
Let's do this. Okay, 17.
Yes, you are, as a matter of fact. Absolutely. All right, so you smack into the first one. It immediately rips open, but because of the bad architectural design, the windows are all in absolute straight lines underneath each other. So the first one reduces the damage down. The second one does a little bit more, and the third one does a little bit more because also of the way that the mechanics work. Jenks and Vankus, would you both give me a perception check?
Maybe we should go help up there.
I'm supposed to be arresting your friends. No, it's not a big deal. Funk.
Right. So, Jenks, you see this without any problems whatsoever, as do you, Vankus. As you are busy running up the stairs, you got to the second floor. There are nice little windows lined in the stairwell. You're turning around and you just see Valentine and Barnabas smashing through the sunscreen past you on their way down.
Guy, can I attempt something?
Yes?
Can I attempt a thorn whip Valentine as they're going by?
Sure. Why not? You've got the perception there.
Oh shit.
There's stuff happening on the roof, but it's only Draxus who's up there. So sure.
Nemia wave as they go by.
You do. What kind of is it a that kind of wave? Is it
It's an excited, and then she sees that like one of them might not be Katja. Oh.
And then
that is an 8. So
yeah,
I am not going to be able to grab Valentine at all.
No, he just sails past. All right, so the damage that you guys take. So yeah, it is interesting. All right, so I'm going to give you 1d6 for the last 2 floors, and then a d4 because of the canvas breaking. So you take 9 points of damage as you smash into the ground below.
I'm unconscious.
Is he going to take all of my damage? Because if I take any damage, I die.
Well, you get 1 more wound. Then you're on 2, right? You don't take double.
It's 2 failures.
When you fail, okay, all right. Well, that's easily solved. He did say that he was holding on to you, so he kind of plummets down, and there's this massive smash of bits of everything because you've just cleaned your armor. So there's this crashing sound that happens. We're still with sort of a Vankus and Jenks situation here.
Oh my god.
So bonus action healing word on Barnabas.
They're
What's
outside.
the range?
We're on the second
20
floor.
feet below you.
Yeah, I think the range is 30 feet on that spell.
It's almost like it's a really good fucking spell.
You can't redeem yourself.
I think Nemia turns to Venkus and says, "The bread's gonna have to wait."
I like how you're
You
like.
go down.
The range is 60 feet on that spell.
Oh, sure. No, then you sort of thorn whip. That didn't work, and you just throw a healing spell out, a healing word out the window.
Yeah, I'm just throwing everything out the window I got.
I can do that. I can do that. So as darkness, as the light slowly starts to come towards you, Barnabas, and you see several of your comrades standing there, their hands outstretched towards you. Suddenly it gets ripped away, and you just see sort of Vankus leaning out of the window 2 floors above you through shattered canvas with his hands glowing, I suppose.
Yeah, he can
That's
take 7 hit
Barnabas
points.
who's awake, right?
Oh, you healed me. You did not heal Valentine.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Because I saw your unconscious form being engulfed.
I was sailing in Braxis's arms, drifting into the ever sea of light and warmth, and now my back hurts tremendously. I'm laying on top of something that is poking me, and I roll over to see that, oh shit, it's Valentine. So when and if it is my turn, I will attempt, of course, to heal him.
So you get 7 back, right? So that puts you... Oh, almost pressed the button. That puts you on 27. Okay, so you're not doing too badly, and you... sorry, I've just got to update the damage here quickly, and you are on that. Okay. All right, so then we go through the initiative. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything. He is going to stand up. So, Draxus, you are the only one left on the roof now with these 2 very large ogres and
Sorry.
Balak. Balak he's just standing there and he's just screaming at the ogres, "Cut the ropes, you morons!" And the one ogre just sort of slices through both ropes, and the balloon starts to lift up slowly. The other one looks at you and has rather murderous intentions as he's about to step towards you. It is your initiative. What are you doing?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yay!
Yay!
Cody, remind me how to get monsters.
What?
NPCs? How do I pull monsters out of that? Never mind, I figured it out.
NPCs.
Thanks. Pseudo.
How do I get monsters? I don't know. Do drugs? Like,
Listen. You know how much I love this program. It's my favorite one. As my action, I'm going to command Balasar to stab with his tail, his sting, into the balloon again.
All right.
So.
Oh, can I point out? I love the names you gave your little dragon and your unseen servant. It's very nice.
Balasar and Tiberius.
Yeah, very good.
So this should work like this. 22 to hit balloon.
He hits the balloon.
6 damage to balloon.
Okay. You hear it because you're hoping to hear it, or maybe you imagine it, you're not entirely sure.
Sure.
But you do hear this very subtle sound.
Great. Then I'm going to use my action to run the fuck away. I assume I'm going to get one attack of opportunity.
You will get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, no.
Like a dash. Absolutely. All right, so I'm just going to go there because it makes life easier. So he swings out at your exposed back and hits you, dealing...
Okay. Oh, fuck! I'm sorry. This is not the right show. I'm sorry. Oh, darn.
Am I still alive? I don't know what I had for HP.
Well, according to this, you're down. Even if you had been healed up a little bit, because there were some healing spells done in the last session. 18 points of damage would have put you over, because I don't think anyone can heal 18 points, and you guys haven't had a short rest in quite some time. So, yes, I'm afraid you go down as this sort of battle axe just embeds itself in your scaly hide. No. What does Balthazar do when you go down?
I think he disappears. I think that's how that works.
So there's a nervous little look from the pseudo dragon, and then it just pops out of existence.
Yeah, I think that's how the Find Familiar spell works. I'll double check though.
All right, perfect, not a problem. Back to top of the round, Valentine. You are rolling because no one saved you, so that's a success.
Yay! I'm alive. Sort of. I'm living. I'm on that side.
Where did that come from? Kill that. There we go. All right, so that's what's happened there. The other ogre, now that Draxus is down, climbs into the balloon with his master. Jenks, what are you doing?
After she waved at them, she would have been going up the steps already, heading up. Right.
So the guard looks at you, and he kind of follows you along as well. From above, you can hear several men shouting quite loudly. So Barnabas, you can hear this. Vankus, you can hear this. Jenks, you can hear this. It sounds as if the guards have finally got to the rooftop and are busy shouting at the hot air balloon to land. They say, "Hey, get back here! In the name of the regent, land!"
He's going to have a forced landing pretty soon.
Yeah, she's going to just kind of like, her buddy's behind her, but she's going to like swoop between the guards because she's tiny and try to jump on the hot air balloon.
All right. So the hot air balloon by now, unfortunately, is already 30 foot up into the air. She's rising. Yeah.
Are there any dangling ropes from where they had to cut?
There actually are, because the ogres did not tie them up. So yes. However, there is one ogre who's been left on the roof, the one that struck at. So he's standing there, kind of waving his axe around, trying to goad the guards to come at him. But these are 3 very small guards that are not entirely paid enough to do that sort of thing. So they're sort of standing at the door's edge going, "Hey, drop your weapon, please," and that sort of thing. And as you push through, they look down at you. What are you doing?
As she gets to the top and realizes there's a lot going on when she's pushing past, she'll look back to her friend and she'll say, "I need you to do something. I can land this balloon." And she whispers to him. And as soon as she whispers, she doesn't know whether he's going to do it or not. But she takes off towards the rope, ignoring, trying to somewhat skirt the guy on the roof. But she's going for it. Is that a persuasion?
Yeah, that's a persuasion check. That's a persuasion check, which you've just asked him to do. I hope you succeed. I truly do.
I think I'm just watching Guy's faces. He's like, these guys are so experienced, and I can't keep them alive.
Nice.
No!
He looks. I'm giving you. Yeah, you start as you start running forward. Though he realizes that you're committed to this whole process. So he sort of steps forward and gingerly kind of turns around and looks at his three friends, and he says, "Battle scars for the wife." And he bends over and pulls his pants down, mooning the ogre. That's what he does, as those words sort of echo in his mind. Barnabas Bray?
Yeah, so forgive me because we had the technical difficulties last session, so we're back over to this game. I am unaware of how many spell slots I have. I am assuming that I have spent them all, but I assume that I also have at least 5 points of lay on hands.
Lay on hands, absolutely.
Yeah, so I will caress the brave Valentine who attacked me. I haven't forgotten, attacked me while I was trying to save people from their heathen rituals, and I will pull his face up into mine and caress it gently as I lay on hands and bring him back to life.
I hope there's fan art of this.
Your eyes open to the very apparently close proximity face of
I am so grateful for you.
As he's caressing my face, we're like really close. I hold up my hand and put it up against Barnabas's, and I say, "You're too close," and I push him away.
All right, that's exactly there. Vankus, you get to the top of the roof.
I'll take off running. Sorry. I'll take off running however I need to take off running to get up and wherever.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of...
As soon as he's breathing, I'm going to take off running up to the stairs, to the roof, to whatever.
Right.
I'm going to run like behind the guards, the 3 guards over there. I'm going to reach over with a thorn whip and try and pull the ogre into them.
Into the one who's mooning the ogre at the moment?
Oh my god.
Yeah, to the lot of them, actually.
All right, make your attack.
Be careful. It's a whole different type of game.
It's a whole different...
That's a 17.
All right, he gets to make a strength check, am I correct?
No, he just gets pulled 10 feet.
Oh, he just gets pulled 10 feet?
And he takes 5 points of damage from the whip.
But emotionally, he takes double that because he has just been. He feels like he's been violated as he's pulled forward into this
emotional damage.
He takes five of that kind of damage. You pull him forward. He bangs into the guard who's currently. There's panic and chaos on the roof as now no one's sure of anyone and questions are being asked. Inherently, Balak rises another 30 feet as he's busy trying to work the small brazier that burns flames into the brazier as it burns flames into the balloon itself, trying to get height. But he does not. I think I'm just going to make him do a quick roll. Nope, he does not understand what speed the balloon should be rising at, so he does not know that it's not rising nearly as fast as it should. He is just trying to get away. Draxus, you are up next.
It's a death save on his part.
Death save, yes, because I forgot to do the thing. So can you...
I should be dead.
Yeah, death save, please.
Oh, come on.
Yay.
That's a success.
1.
So Thagidash, the now... confused, is just in amongst the guards. The guards start to stab him. He starts to swing around wildly. There's absolute chaos and panic as that is happening. Valentine, what are you doing?
I can see the balloon rising from the ground that I'm lying on, right? I pull out. I was typing. I'm going to pull out my bow and an arrow, pick it up, and I'm going to fire at the balloon.
All right. 90 feet away.
very little hit points. I do not have very many arrows left.
That's a hit.
All right. Can I do any cool stuff? Let's find out on the next episode of Kharos Stones.
You guys might want to go get coffee, smoke. We'll be back.
I can't disarm the goddamn ship, so no. Can I disarm the ship of...
The haunted balloon gets nervous and drops its basket. No, it doesn't.
Dang it. All right. That's D8 plus 4. 10 damage.
10 damage. Your arrow beautifully punctures through one side, and you can actually see it burst out the other side as it sails on into the distance. The balloon immediately stops rising and now is just floating away. As that happens,
just kind of looks up and he just kind of has like a small smile while he's gritting his teeth. Just, oh, you son of a bitch.
There is a javelin that gets thrown at you by Haglu as he sees you down there firing arrows at you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck.
Natural 20.
Oh, shit.
This is not my show.
Haglu is like, you son of a... And he just throws this javelin straight down.
I turned into a kebab.
You're transfixed in the ground.
It sails through the air for 14 points of damage.
Hey, how much did you heal me beforehand?
For 5.
For 5? Okay.
9.
So now what am I at? What was I? I was at 19.
Did you use your second wind?
I did lose it. I already used it.
Yeah.
And then this is how much? 14?
14 points of damage.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's almost enough for me to die, but it's not.
Almost.
So I'm still unconscious.
You kind of fire off an arrow, get impaled, and
you son of
you rest on the roof. Jenks?
So the balloon's gone, correct?
The balloon is now 50 foot away from you, so it's about 40 foot above you and 10 foot out over the stable yard where you had been previously.
And the rope's gone.
The ropes are hanging, but they're hanging straight down. They're not trailing back towards you. So you'd have a 30-foot jump if you wanted to try and grab that rope, but that could be dangerous.
What is that? Athletics?
It would be an athletics check, yeah. A significant athletics check.
I was feeling squirrely.
You were feeling squirrely? So, Cody...
like a cat with a piece of string.
So let me get this straight. Everybody's going to die except for me and Venkus.
That's not fixed yet.
Yeah, because Venkus is up there with the ogre.
And there's an embarrassed ogre now.
Everybody's going to die from me, and it's going to be like the most ridiculous story that I tell as I travel from island to island.
To be fair, Draxus didn't die for you. He died because of you.
Not in my story.
You launch yourself out into the air towards the ropes, and you realize halfway through that you are nowhere near any of those ropes at all. You, with that roll, I think you clear 15 feet. So you're 15 feet short. Can you do anything? To me, like air walking,
scream like a little bitch.
Does your character have double jump? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for another A button.
Another A button.
You're a monk. They get slow fall.
Oh wait, right? Yeah, I have slow fall.
So what does that do?
I can use my reaction to reduce falling damage.
5-1 dice 2.
By an amount equal to 5 times my monk level. I don't know what I mean.
So
okay, so you take the damage, then you reduce it by 20. All right, fine. Okay, so you take 9 damage, you reduce it by 20.
Right on your feet.
You just land and roll.
She lands near Barnabas and just goes, I need to work on my jumping. Oh, you're up.
Where is Draxus?
And Valentine's down at your feet, unconscious again.
Yeah,
Barnabas,
you actually, as Jenks lands and says that you're starting to head up the staircase.
I was trying to run back in the building and back up. I thought it was going to take me a few rounds, but
it is. Do you stop?
You tell me if I made it inside the building. If I made it inside the building, then I'm not going to stop. I'm going to run up to go save Draxus. So she will have to save or medicine check or whatever she can to save the shish kebabbed
impaled Vankus.
Yes.
All right.
No,
so you're rushing
Valentine. Valentine.
as fast as you can. All right, Vankus, you're up.
All right, so
Jenks has just launched herself off the side of the building.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do about that right now. So I will back away from the scrum that's happening in front of me.
Yeah.
And pitch a ball of fire into it. Hitting it. It's probably not going to hit the ogre.
No, definitely not. It kind of it sails into the mix, but it gets lost in there somewhere. Someone screams out, "Oh, what?"
Oh, wait a minute. Draxus is on the ground up here, right?
Yes, he is.
All right, I will bonus action healing word him then.
Oh, wow. What a great spell.
I'm going to kill you, Cody.
It's totally not a problem anymore. Draxus is fine.
Draxus is fine. How much do you get back, Draxus?
He will get a whopping 7 back.
7 back?
Like talk to the spirits of air and water to soothe his wounds.
There you go. There you go. All right. So the balloon no longer is rising now. It's just sort of drifting on the air currents. Balak realizes this horrific fact, and archery doesn't seem to be a problem anymore. But now it's definitely height, because he's worried. He saw Jenks tried to jump and catch the basket, which implies she had a chance to actually do that. So what he is going to do is he is going to do something very quickly. Give me a second here just to roll what he...
I don't like what he's going to do. I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan?
I don't want him to do that thing.
All right.
So
that happens, and then that happens. Okay, dokie. So, Jenks, would you please give me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh, boy.
As you are sort of standing there, you've just said cheers to Barnabas as he's run up the stairs. There is this...
Does that help your narrative?
I'm just checking how many hit points you have left. There is this terrific scream, and you look up in time to see that Balak has pitched the other ogre out of the basket.
Okay.
And that ogre just falls down directly towards you, but you have plenty of
sweet
time.
James Leslie. No.
Sweet James Leslie.
We appreciate the love, James.
With the words of Vankus's wife on your lips, you step sideways as the ogre slams down into the ground next to you.
Whew.
And takes quite a lot of damage.
Careful, there's a step there.
I'm curious, Guy. You said that
Yes.
there was you allowed Vankus and Jinx to see us falling out the window while they were going up the stairs. Perchance, would Barnabas discover this sailing ogre?
Oh, absolutely.
I would have a chance to see it when I hear the ball of
Correct.
screaming to know
The
that
giant screaming. Absolutely. Absolutely. We could even argue that you cast a glance out the window that we've established was in the stairwell, and you see the ogre land and kind of start to stand up right next to the impaled form of Valentine.
Ow.
That's not good.
Draxus.
Draxus is going to do some things. How far away is this goddamn balloon guy?
Well, it's just a balloon. The gods haven't damned it yet, but
You know, that's not true for now. Find out.
for now it is now 70 foot away. So it's
From
30,
where Draxus is?
yeah, it's 30 foot up and then 40 foot across. So using my geometry, that's 70 feet away.
And how far is Draxus from the edge of the building?
10 foot, not even,
Cool. So I can close the distance.
to 60
Good.
feet. Sure.
Yes. Draxus moves. Oh, wait, it's 60. Oh, fuck, it's in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, Draxus is going to take damage. He's done with this guy. He's super done. Oh, wait. How does that spell work? Damn it. Hold on. Let me be Jacob real quick.
Be that guy.
Oh, shut up.
Great. It just says unoccupied space. Perfect. I get up and move to the edge of the building, and then you see just Draxus look around and just grow enraged, like more than you've seen Barnabas. And then you see him disappear into a silvery wisp of smoke and reappear 30 feet in the air,
Oh, God.
and then lean back and just barf out a line of acid at this balloon. The balloon needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Did you just do this? Did you just do this?
I just teleported in the air and I breathed acid on this goddamn balloon.
I'm not worried about that part. I'm worried about the next part that's about to happen.
It's okay. It's only a 30-foot fall. It's fine.
The balloon it's a 40-foot fall. The balloon completely fails its dexterity saving throw because it's a hot air balloon on a small zephyr of air, so it's not going anywhere.
Perfect.
Do you have damage?
This should work. Should this work? No, it didn't work. Okay, that's fine. 8 acid damage to the balloon.
The acid sprays out over the canvas of the balloon, which has already got several little holes in it that are obviously sort of flapping as the hot air is desperately trying to escape. Once the acid lands on it, however, for a moment there's no effect, and then it burns through the canvas. And as it does so, the hot air just explodes out of it. The webbing kind of spraying out in all different directions, having been made very manky by the acid. And that balloon just drops at the same speed that you are going at, as a matter of fact, down towards the ground.
Fortunately, I'm only going towards the building. So I move 10 feet over and then 30 feet up. So I should only land on the building, which should still hurt.
Oh, I see. That's how you did it. Okay, so you went 30 foot up. I see. Okay, yes. Only 2d6 damage. That's not a lot of damage. Yeah, considering the number of hit points you have. 3 points of damage.
I'm still up.
You're still standing.
Awesome.
I can't believe that worked. I can't believe that worked.
I am a collegiate professor. It was a simple Pythagorean theorem, and A plus B equals C, and get wrecked.
That's Straxus's happy
place.
Geometry and algebra. Wow. Okay.
Eldritch geometry.
Eldritch geometry. I love that. All right, so there's a Barnabas, if you didn't see the ogre, you now see the giant balloon that splashes down into the courtyard of the stable yards.
I'm going to make an assumption that I was unable to go up very far at this point.
Yeah, you got 20 foot.
I've already been up 20 feet?
Well, yeah, you got to the second floor.
Okay.
So you can move down again quite easily.
I want to get down there. Can I go down 10 feet and then hop out the window and not take fall damage for 10 feet?
Yeah.
Then that's what I'd like to do, so I can be there with my sword drawn and shield.
Sure. Not a problem. Absolutely. So you're rushing over to the basket or to the ogre who's slowly standing up?
To the ogre who is standing over Valentine.
Right.
That's happening.
He's not standing over me. He's just on the roof, and he just...
No, look, you're right, Jacob. He's not standing over you. He's standing ogre you.
You take 5 points of damage for that.
Worth it.
Okay, so that's what's happening over there, and there's still screaming and shouting going on the roof. Valentine,
yes.
You need to give a death save. No, you were brought back. You're alive. You're awake.
Nope, I was not.
Weren't you? I thought
was
you were
brought back, and then I got.
He was for a very short period of time.
You shish kebabbed him.
Now I'm at none, and I need to roll, right?
It's all ogre now.
One.
Right. Yeah, sorry, because I forgot to update.
All right, we got one success.
You are holding on to the edge of life.
Good.
The ogre stands. Jenks, you are right next door to the ogre, so you get an attack of opportunity as he stands up and he starts to move. He doesn't really know what's going on. He's very unhappy.
I think the one that's looking at... I'm sorry. Where are they positioned between myself and Valentin?
The one who's standing up is standing up right next to Valentin. So I would say it's an L shape to you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
As a bonus action, can I get his attention before I do what I'm going to do?
Absolutely. Valentin is not really doing much except for leaking.
Yeah.
She goes, hey, dumb face, you with the dumb face. I named my sack Mario Sack, and she runs and does a karate kick at this guy's chest. I just have to find that action.
Yep. Make your attack.
That's a 12.
12 is a hit.
Yay!
He's dazed and confused.
Then she's gonna she like I picture her doing like a flying kick,
Right.
but it's not very effective. She's kind of holding her foot because it hurt, and then she just tries to slap him with her unarmed.
Right. Make your attack.
Yeah, she misses.
Not so much. All right, so you just laying into him. You kind of kick him once, and then you swipe out at him, but he's kind of moved back a little bit. All right, so that's what's happening there, Barnabas. You leap out the window, and the ogre back to you.
So, I'm sorry, Valentine. You already. I'm not trying to metagame. Oh, Jesus, what would he do? He's got the ogre over both of his friends. He can't help his friend if the ogre's still up. He's got to attack the ogre. Paladin things, ho! As I give my best Thundercat impression. And we're going to longsword him.
Are you on the roof now, Barnabas?
That's a Saver Dice 4.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I'm not on the roof. I'm on the floor.
Everyone is now on the ground. Everybody is on the ground.
Oh, you're chucking shit at him.
Everybody but me.
Except for Vankus.
Draxus is
Yeah. Draxus is on the roof and Vankus is on the roof. So everybody except for the two of you are on the roof.
Gotcha.
So yeah, obviously that wasn't very good, but I would still like to position myself in between him with my 18 AC between him and his my friend's body.
Not a problem. There's sort of everyone's sort of moving around. You got Jenks busy waylaying into him. You got you slashing at him. He's not particularly interested in hitting a corpse. Vankus, what are you doing? The ogre and the four men seem to have been the ogre's taken some damage, but he's already downed one of the guards.
Okay, so I run over to the edge of the building and look over because I just watched Jenks go over the side.
And the balloon crashed down. And
yeah. So I see Barnabas, he's up. I see Jenks, she's up. I see Valentine down again. I will use my last first level slot to healing word him.
This episode is sponsored by Healing Word.
Another 7, very consistent there. Looking over at the guards, I will then reach out with my Thorn Whip once again to try and assist them. And that's a 22.
Nice.
Very good.
And he'll take 5 and he'll be pulled 10 feet away from them.
I got 7 health, yeah?
You have 7 health, yes.
Yeah, you're on 12 right now. So he kind of gets ripped back towards you, and he's like, "Come on, I can't fight like this!" As you're busy pulling him around the roof, basically. Balak stumbles out of the wreckage of the balloon. He's not happy. He sees the melee happening with the ogres, with the one ogre, I should say. And he just starts running, or at least he would try to start running. But a certain individual steps out in front of him and says, "And where do you think you're going?" As the donkey steps out of the stable yard. And I'm going to add him to the initiative line here. Balak looks at the donkey and goes, and then just attacks him, because that's what he does. And he hits the donkey. Why is it on? Sorry, Barnabas, I said it was for you, but it's not for you. My apologies. I misclicked on the
Please don't attack me.
Yeah, just do the damage to you.
Hey, get your hands off of our ass.
Yeah, he basically just places both hands on the donkey's forehead, and you can see he's got these gloves that he's been wearing. They just discharge this electrical jolt into the donkey's head, and the donkey goes, "Oh," and falls over completely unconscious.
Oh, no.
Because he's not a steed, as he has pointed out many times. Draxus, you're up, or down, rather. You're standing on the ground. You see Balak do that to the donkey as he was trying to run away. He's no more than 20 from you. Sorry, you're on the roof.
I'm on the roof. Yeah, what's the situation on the roof? I know Vankus is up there whipping
the ogre around. The ogre looks incredibly bloodied, and he's got sort of spears sticking out of him. He's barely standing. There are now 3 guards left. One of them is struggling to fight because his pants are down around his ankles.
Yeah.
And the other 2 are reluctant to engage with this gigantic ogre.
Perfect. Yes, I am going to walk my happy ass over there, and I'm going to stab this guy. Actually, is he less than 15 feet away from me?
Yes, he is.
Perfect. Then I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to go over there, and he's going to catch the full wrath of the rapier and the whip.
Rapier.
22 to hit with the rapier.
That's definitely a hit. Do your damage.
9 damage with that.
How did he die?
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, basically, I think like the whip comes out and just pulls him down, and the rapier goes up and just it gets him in the back. And then Drax is fast. An ogre. The weight of an ogre takes him down.
All right, he collapses. Valentine.
I'm still dying, right?
Yep.
I thought he healed. No. He healing worded you.
He just
Oh, yeah,
healed
no,
you.
I'm alive. What am I doing?
Sorry.
He just used the best spell in the game on you.
The ogre just died.
Sorry. The ogre died.
I wake
You're
up.
not
What do I see?
You see standing in front of you, Barnabas, looking very defensive and aggressive, and Ogre standing behind Barnabas. He's interposed himself between you. Jinx is nearby, and she's kind of doing her flight.
Like laying on the ground, barely alive, with a javelin in me, and I just take my bow and I just on the ground fire at the ogre.
An ankle shot. Make your attack.
Yeah. All right.
Come on, buddy.
Easy peasy. We're gonna make this a disarming shot. So he's gonna make a strength save.
Okay.
His arms are gonna fall off. Yeah.
Yeah. A strength save, and his strength save is 19.
All right. So it doesn't work, but I still get extra damage.
Yeah.
That's 18 damage.
Whoa. How does he die?
So like I wake up and they're like defensively standing in front of this ogre, and then like they're not even aware I'm awake yet, but like the healing word goes down and I just stumble awake and I just pull back the arrow and fire it, and it just lands in his face and he just dies instantly.
All right. There is a moan from the courtyard. Oh, and then that's that for that.
All right.
Moving swiftly along, Jinx.
Who's still standing?
Barnabas, Valentine. Well, Valentine's lying on the ground, but he's firing his bow. Yourself and Balak.
How far away is Balak from me?
30 feet.
Oh shit.
I don't know what you're doing down there. Let's see. Oh boy, I want to
pin him down.
Hit him. Stab him.
Kick him.
Bite him.
Yell insults.
Yeah, she's gonna just run at him again. She's just gonna continue running and going around kicking people. That's what she does.
All right, make your attack.
Not the most ladylike thing she can do. Wearing a potato sack. 15.
15. 15 is
1 damage.
1 damage.
Sorry, I didn't ask. I apologize. Does that hit him?
That does hit him, yes. Okay. And well, I mean, by definition of hit, I mean really, you sort of stroked his hair at the back of his head. 10 does not hit him.
Okay.
As you swipe at him. All right, so that's him. Barnabas, you're up next.
Yeah. Can I get to that guy too? Because I was like there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Let's move up. And let's do paladin things while my dogs freak out because the child is coming home from karate. So let's can I tackle this mother now?
Are we gonna go back to the wrestling thing?
Yeah,
okay.
I want to wrestle him down because Valentine's here and the tiefling is here. Jinx is gonna do like terrible monk things to him, so I want him down on the ground.
Sure.
So I'm going to do that. You son of a
Yeah, you kind of launch yourself at him to try and drag him to the ground. He steps sideways. I'm not into that.
I'm not into that.
Yeah,
Nemi in the back. Yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still be within 5 feet of him with my sword
Correct.
and shield. I
Correct.
just didn't.
Correct. You will threaten him if he tries to move. Absolutely.
I'll just
Absolutely.
be useless back here. It's fine.
You'll just roll around in the dirt next to the donkey. All right, Vankus.
Vankus looks at the ogre and
Dead. The ogre on the roof is dead.
oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, then I look down and watch my friends and
You see Barnabas kind of throwing himself around in the yard next to the ogre, and Jenks is standing there and she's kind of just slapping the back of his head a little bit.
Let's wrestle.
so all three of them are kind of engaged with the ogre, right?
Yeah.
Or with the Balak. What is he wearing?
Balak?
Yes.
He's wearing light blue robes and these sort of gloves. Other than that, you can see his perfectly manicured hair, sort of a blonde swash of cowlick hair. Yep, that's pretty much it. And then he's got a big book strapped to his side.
Okay, so no metal, huh? On that note, I'll just begin heading down the stairs.
All right, so you're going to start running down the stairs. The guards are looking from you to the ogres to you. They don't care. They're sitting down and breathing. They just fought a freaking ogre. Balak turns around, sees at Barnabas. He's like, stop. Just stop. All right? Can we? No? Fine. He sees your intent there, Cody, or I should say Barnabas. He lashes out at you, Barnabas.
18. Dodge.
Dodge. I have learned your tricks now. I have learned your tricks.
He finally gets it.
He dodges.
I dodge! Oh my god, it says rotting fist. What is that?
I know, I just want to say
I try not to metagame, but oh shit.
That's his gloves. That's what he did to the donkey.
Nope.
So yeah, he tried to slam you with that and didn't work. So he will. There's no point in disengaging. Draxus.
Draxus crawls out from underneath an ogre and just like limps his. I don't know. I think he just crawls slowly, like pathetically, towards the edge of the roof where no one can see him because everyone retreated. And he just looks over, leans one arm lazily down, and casts Eldritch Blast at Balak.
Make your attack.
I think that's how this works. No, that's not it. Hold on. Wait for it. There we go. 16.
That's a hit. 2 damage.
Nice.
This one. Bam. No, wait, that's just an attack. I wanted this one. Sorry. 6 damage. Jesus.
You're doing great.
Damage.
6 damage to Balak.
All right, you slam into him. He curses and hisses and looks up at you. You can see he's fumbling for something in amongst his robes as we go to the top of the round. And Valentine.
Stop him.
So the only person left is Balak. He's like down the street.
It's Balak as anyone. He's actually not even down the street. He's about 20 foot away from you.
Great. So I'm on the ground. I go for another arrow, and I have none left. So I stand up, and I pull out my rapier, and I'm going to make my way over.
This rapier action.
Yeah, and we're gonna rapier him up. And I got rid of my character sheet on accident, but I'm also going to use my last thingy dice, whatever, and try to disarming attack him. So he needs to make a strength save. If I hit him, if I don't, I do a thing.
What is he wielding exactly, guy?
Nothing, just these weird sort of silver-like gloves.
Well, then I want to take his gloves off.
I don't know if you can use disarming attack.
All right, fine. We'll just attack him normally.
Can you just cut
Show
his,
us your
can you
hands.
cut his hand
Cut
off?
his hands off. There we go. Yeah, that's a hit.
I mean, sure. Can I do that?
Can he disarm the book?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you could disarm the book. I'll say you can disarm the
Let's
book.
do the book. He has to
You
make a
can
strength save.
Make a strength save. All right.
It's
Cut off his damn
super
hands,
easy.
man.
Super easy.
Strength save of 16.
That shit never works. It's fine. I still get to do extra damage. That's all I do. That's all I use it for.
Do your extra damage.
No, not 3. Oh, no. There we go. Suck it.
14 points of damage. He screams out in pain.
I'm like limping my way over. I'm like, ugh, and I just slice up the side of him.
There's another from the courtyard.
Oh, it's the fucking donkey.
He, if you look over at him, he is bleeding everywhere. He's sort of shivering, and he looks
Save the donkey.
He looks gray. Jenks?
Jinx is going to use her key and try to heavily push her heel into the back of one of his legs, like into the back of his knee, and try to knock him prone.
Make an attack.
It's a saving throw, I believe.
Oh, he gets to make a saving throw? You don't have to hit him first?
I do. I'm just trying to... It's a dexterity saving throw if I make it.
Okie dokes.
I just want to
make it.
13?
13. You swing at him, but he's wearing robes, so you're like, where are your legs? You can't... swiping out at the robes. You don't know where his legs are. Apparently, he's like,
a kilt.
Are there tassels on the bottom? She's just like, where?
There are tassels. He now has tassels at the bottom of his robe. Barnabas Bray.
Okay. Guy, rule this however you need to. I want to hold my reaction. I want to hold my action to interfere with any spell casting. I do not want him to cast any somatic components for a spell, or any verbal components. If I can like tackle or stab him or poke him if he's trying to like cast something. I don't want him to bamf out of here like Nightcrawler. All right, I want to interfere with that specifically.
Specifically with him trying to vanish like Nightcrawler.
To cast a spell.
Cody, not everyone's playing a Mistwalker. God.
If he wants to attack me with rock gloves, I'll take the attack. But I'm specifically looking for spell casting.
Gotcha. Vankus.
Muted. I am running down the stairs still, probably.
Yeah. So you get to the ground floor at the end of this round. Basically, you've been spiraling down all the flights of stairs. Correct. Balak is about to act when Barnabas Bray's holding thing, which I know is not really a thing because you just don't do it, but you can because I like it. Barnabas, he pulls from his robes that silver rod that you've seen before, and you've seen him activate it to cause himself to vanish. He's about to do that. And
can I cut his hand off?
No, you don't have
to make an attack.
Okay, can I cut his hand off with my sword?
You want to make a specific attack for his hand.
Have you even played this game before?
If you roll a 20, you can cut his hand off.
Every time I put a video up about rules, all these people are like, you can make up whatever rules you want. Just play whatever rules you want. I'm asking the Dungeon Master. I want to cut the hand off.
You want to cut
this motherfucker. If you do enough damage to kill him, the hand will definitely come off.
All right, whatever. I'm attacking him. Long sword. Suck it.
Oh, God. If you could have rolled.
Can I not get...
So you can't do anything, is what.
You have flanking in your game?
Look good in the back.
Damn it! It's like I know what he's doing. I'm a paladin with the useless.
You're waiting for it. You're waiting for it. But you couldn't even hit him even if you had +2 advantage from the old flanking. So I'm afraid that wouldn't happen either. You slice out at his hand to try and prevent it from happening. Nothing. What does happen is he turns and he looks at you with absolute malice and contempt, and he says, "I will never be taken by the likes of you." And he goes to press the rod, but before he does that, he realizes that there's Valentine who's using a rapier. There's Jenks, who he hasn't really paid any attention to whatsoever, and then there's yourself, and he goes, "And perhaps it's time that you learned a lesson." So instead of activating the rod, he just reaches out towards you, Barnabas, with his hand to try and hit you.
Excellent. Bring it on, mofo.
I dodged.
18.
He's gonna fucking kill you.
Son of a bitch! I hate this game.
How much shit?
Oh shit!
He decided to cut your hand off instead, Cody.
It's fine.
You only have one healing left. Looks at the donkey.
He necrotizes your hand.
Yeah,
I think I have something somewhere along the lines of 7 life.
Yeah. As he reaches towards you, you hear him saying, Kalima, Kalima. And you take that many points of damage. As your energy force is just drained out of you and into Balak.
As he drops this time, you can kind of hear him like look over and feel like this is way more powerful than what he has been given from Brax. And you hear him look and be like, Brax. And he'll just kind of like fall backwards.
Your dying breath is to curse your god.
He didn't curse him. It was more of a why. Like a feeling of hopelessness.
Ah, I see.
And then he dies. The end. New character.
Roll a percentile die.
Roll a percentile dice? All right.
Yep.
Oh my, are you dead?
34.
34. Your god does not care that you are feeling that you have been unjustly treated. He is not answering the phone right now. Draxus?
Man, I think...
But you're unconscious. You're not dead.
Cody's unconscious, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I took like 14 more than what I should have taken.
No, it's double your health negative. Or it's your entire health negative.
Yeah, so don't let him hit me again.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Draxus has been able to get his crossbow out in the meantime, and he's going to fire a crossbow bolt at this Balak. Hopefully,
right. Make attack.
I don't. I super don't.
Shit.
This bolt sails out into the middle of nowhere, impaling a wooden fence post somewhere. Valentine, you watch as Barnabas drops to his knees with the words "why" on his lips.
I'm fucking goddamn it. I used all my strength. Kill him
from the roof.
I want to help Barnabas.
I'm fine, bro. I haven't even made a death saving throw yet. If he
don't want you
reaches
to
down
die.
and does another death touch,
I'm gonna attack Balak.
All right.
Ask Guy to cut off his hand.
Disarm
the rod. Disarm the rod.
It's almost like he didn't learn his lesson.
I would rather kill him than disarm him.
Unfortunately, you can't cut his hand off with a rapier. It's not designed to do that.
Fuck!
And that won't help. A natural one won't help.
Can I cut his hand off with my hand?
You want to cut? Mr. Miyagi.
Seriously, we're all trying to cut off his hand, and then Jinx just rolls up and is like, and it just like snaps and breaks off.
Bread just puts the bread on it.
First off, always give her bread first. Okay.
There is a decided shit from the corridor, and then this deep sigh as that death save has failed. Moving on, Jenks, you're up.
I don't think. Oh, that's it.
Cut off his hand.
When you take this donkey, bring it back to life. Shit.
If Walker Texas Ranger can do it, you can do it.
That's a 12. No.
Yeah, she can't even hit him.
Is this possible?
Swinging wildly and
holding the bread, so she's using one hand to try to swat at him.
You're busy eating the bread, and
she'll store it for later.
All right,
now she's serious.
Barnabas, this is going to roll for you automatically, and there we go. One successful set. Oh, or not.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, I wasn't saying anything. Joy of joys, Vankus. You arrive to see Barnabas down.
Comes strutting out, and he calls to the spirits of metal and fire. Heat metal on that rod.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Heat metal on the rod.
That's 10 points of fire damage.
Oh!
He's got to make a Constitution saving throw if he wants to hold on to
Or
it.
he drops that motherfucker.
He screams, and I'm going to give him disadvantage on that because of reasons. Double 15. Good God.
He's holding on to it.
He holds on. You as he's just the dice are killing you.
Guys, I shot down a balloon. If we can't kill this, I vomited on a balloon until it died. Can we kill this guy?
Absolutely. All right, it is his turn. He shrieks as you are burning this rod. How long does it stay heated for? Is it just the round?
Nope. I'm concentrating on it.
He looks with absolute hatred at you, Vankus, because he can tell that the rod is now heating up, and he just starts walking forward, extending out his hand, repeating Kalima, Kalima, Kalima as he's walking towards you. You can see the hand itself, the silver gauntlet on the inside. There's these dark shadows that are just sort of washing around as he charges towards you. He will make an attack against you.
He has disadvantage as long as he's holding that rod. Attacks and ability checks.
Wait, is Jacob still up? Is Moses still up?
Look at that. A natural 1 or an 18. So he swipes at you and completely misses and says, I will never give you this rod. As Draxus, it's your turn.
Great. The arrow wasn't doing great for me. He's going back to magic. Ka-chow! 15.
That's a hit.
God dang right it is. Get wrecked. 10 force damage.
10 force damage. How does he die?
Oh, shit!
Kalima!
Yes.
Kalima! And this bolt blasts down.
I think anyone that's paying attention just sees the crossbow fall from the roof. And with the hand, he just realigns it, and just this like black and green lightning just unsheaths from his hand and just hits him in the back as he's about to reach out and grab Vankus. And that's kind of what stops him from hitting. He falls towards Vankus's face.
He falls towards Vankus's face, lying there with his back sizzling with arcane energy. The glove, for a moment, continues to have its black mist around it, and then that fades. Valentine, we're still in death saving throw territory, so we're still in initiative. What are you doing?
Okay, I see Barnabas is down, right?
Yep.
Okay. Fuck. I yell out to Vankus, do you have any more healing?
I only have one left. The spirits have granted me. Try and close his wounds. CPR.
Okay, all right. I'll get down and try to do medicine checks on him. What are you going to use the healing on, the donkey or him?
I'm going to save the donkey.
Yes! Nemia's behind him like.
Thank you guys for joining us for this episode of Severed Dice. We're gonna take a fiver. We're gonna have a little production meeting real quick.
Cody, how fast do you
fire some people, and we'll be back with a new cast.
We're gonna have a giveaway to play for Dave next week. You son of a...
Come on, everyone loves the donkey.
I'm gonna remember that.
13.
13. All right, you managed to staunch the bleeding that Barnabas is currently.
I'm gonna look around for any guards. Are there any guards around?
No, currently there are no guards around.
This is one moment where Valentin has kind of been like pretty confident the entirety of all of our journeys that we've been on, and for once he's actually he's holding his hand down over Barnabas and he looks helpless as he looks around. He doesn't know what to do.
Absolutely, he does not know what to do. The donkey, the body is lying there because anyone who looks over at him sees that he's not breathing. He's been still for several rounds. The donkey is lying there, and suddenly there's this illumination from the shard in his chest as this green energy just washes out over the whole of him, and he rises up with this green magic just wreathing around him. And it then slowly lowers him back down onto the ground. And as it dissipates, he remains standing, and he looks around, and for a moment, he doesn't do anything. And then he says in a very different voice, I have returned. And then he looks around and he says, did I miss anything? That's what he's doing. Jenks, you're up next.
Wait, what?
I said, did I miss anything?
Friend? She doesn't know what to do.
We were talking about the circus, weren't we?
I'm confused, and she looks over to Venkus.
When you look over to Venkus, Venkus looks over to Valentine. Can you do that?
I don't know, but you should. He's alive. You should heal Barnabas.
Fine.
Fine, you're going to slap him.
Venkus, I think our friends are going to be angry with us. Oh, did we tell you guys we made friends?
We did make friends, and we learned about the circus.
We're out of initiative. Everyone is alive and awake.
Does Barnabas wake up?
He does? Or does he? I don't know. Is he?
I heal him for 12.
Yeah, I mean, if you heal him for 12, obviously he's getting up.
Yeah.
Valentine kind of sits down next to him. Stop dying.
You stop dying.
You first.
How did we end up not on the roof?
All of you need to stop dying. Especially now I am out of the aid from the spirit world.
We jumped.
You call that jumping?
It was more of breaking the fall with my body. I didn't want you to die up there.
He's not even like looking. He's just kind of like sitting next to him. He puts his hand up. Thank you.
I've lost too many comrades in my time. I don't want to lose another.
Draxus! Do you yet still breathe?
Just see the thumb. I'm fine.
Is the donkey alive?
Yeah, he's right there.
Right? Didn't you see him glowing and floating?
Well, okay. We're all alive.
She walks over and gives him head scratchies.
That's still him. That's good.
he starts starting the motorcycle.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over to Balak's body, and I'm going to search it.
Okay. Is your spell still going, Vankers?
Oh, no. Once he died, I would have let go of
Oh, shit!
It's like, oh, look. All right.
Take 10 damage.
Yeah, take 10
Die
damage, you die.
again.
Die instantly.
Yeah,
So, yeah, you starting to go through that. Sorry, James.
I want to... Okay.
no, go ahead. You were going first.
I want to take the rod.
Sure.
I'm going to just look at it. And then...
It's that silver rod that you had seen before in that very first tomb that has 3 sets of amber sort of jewels and set into it. Looking at it, you realize that what he seems to have done is that the rod was twisted and pulled apart. So it's a little bit longer, but in doing so, it's created a hollow tube in the middle of it. So you can sort of look through it, as a matter of fact. If you twist it back and close it down, there's a system that kind of seals itself off on either end, so then it becomes this back to the original shape that it was.
So, all right, I'm going to test something. I'm going to take the rod and I'm going to poke the glowing green bit on my chest.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Hindsight's 2020, Jacob.
Uh-oh.
And that's
a saver dice 4.
Fuck.
Just like that.
Guy, how does he die?
Well, he takes 13 points of damage.
Oh, I'm unconscious again.
As soon as that happened,
I'm like, I'm just over there.
Go
I just
ahead,
grab it.
Jinx,
I'm
go
like,
ahead.
as soon as that happened,
and I just fall backwards.
she steps over his body because he's an idiot and looks at the gloves and starts pulling them off the body. but she takes a piece of cloth and then pulls them off because she saw what happened. She's gonna take his cape off or robe and then wrap him like a sack, and then.
Sitting there crisscross applesauce. I'm gonna see Valentine immediately have this touching moment with Barnabas, get up, and immediately fall unconscious again. So I'm gonna like kind of react quickly and scatter over to him.
Right.
Yeah. Can I take 20?
You can take it wherever you like, but if you're going to do a check, you need to roll.
It's fine. Whatever.
He is dying.
I'm clearly wise. Here's a medicine check. 9.
Oh my god!
I've seen this happen before.
There's another medicine check.
I'm going
9.
to hit his chest.
Can I do a medicine check after I'm done looting?
Yeah, you're busy looting.
Sure.
She looks over and goes, yep. She looks over and goes, yep, he's dead.
Kicks dirt in the wound. It closes up immediately.
There you go.
It's like quick clot.
She spits in the dirt and then scoops her hand and puts it on the wound to like seal it.
Just seal it off. All right, so you stabilize. You're no longer dying there. Draxus, on the roof, the guards look over at you, and one of them pulls out a packet of pre-rolled cigarettes and hands them around to the guys, and then hands one over to you.
Draxus rolls over, so he's laying on his back on the roof. He takes one. Thanks. And then lights it. Can I have a hand, please?
Yeah, they kind of pull you up. You do this all the time?
Which part?
They look at the giant corpse of an ogre, the smoldering ruins of a balloon in the courtyard below.
Yeah, it's not the first time. There's not a lot of pay in being a college professor, so you get a lot of...
You learned this in university?
No, I teach it.
There's some general mumbling that they don't get taught that kind of stuff at the Guard Academy. It seems really, really crazy. One of them leans over and he says, You seem like quite a nice kind of bloke, and
normally
our captain's a bit of a dick, so we could claim the ogre was the one who did the thing, and you could probably just leave.
Great. Shit. The one corpse down there. We're gonna take that one. You can keep the rest.
Sounds like a fair deal. And behind him is like, yeah. You take the one corpse, you weird fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a Professor Draxus.
And he like pats him on the shoulder and slowly starts to limp towards the stairs.
I have an important question, guys.
You make your way towards the stairs. You pass the guard who's very sheepishly pulling his pants up. And he's finally tying the cord as to keep them up. You start to make your way down the stairs. Back down into the courtyard. Vankus, you can see that the rod that sort of cylinder that Valentine slapped against his chest is glowing green.
I'm going to grab a sack or something to kind of scoop it up with, because I just saw what happened to him when he touched his chest with it, so that seemed like a really bad idea.
I thought Jinx had, did you?
No,
grab,
Jinx went off the gloves.
The gloves. Okay. So we got all the magic stuff. That's the
Right.
most important part.
And the important thing was I wanted to know which guard ended up going down, but it wasn't the one that mooned him. So
No.
probably
Did he get his scar?
Bent over.
Did he get a scar or a scratch?
Did he get a scar or a scratch? Well, he did have a giant ogre slamming into his rear end on the roof. So he did. He is scarred for life.
Emotionally
You will have visions of that for a long time. Actual wounds, yeah, he's probably got a scar in an interesting place, which will certainly perhaps not impress his wife as much as you had hoped. That is the
Sounds like
outcome.
a him problem.
It's a him problem. Vankus, you also notice that the glow in Valentine's chest, it's still there, but it's much, much, much subtler than it was before. It's not nearly as bright.
I wonder if Valentine somehow sucked out some of the magic from the stone in there. I don't know, Scratches. What do you think? You know anything about this? And kind of like have it wrapped in a sack and like pointing it towards him, but not touching him with it.
Scratches looks at you and goes, "Search me. I don't know, but his now looks like mine," he says, and you notice that the donkey's glow is also a lot less brilliant than it was, or at least than when you remember it. But you know for a certain fact that he hasn't been touched by the rod. He was touched by the gloves of evil. And then you did see him glow in green as he was brought back to life.
How'd you do that trick, Scratches?
What trick?
The one where you came back from being dead and talked in a weird voice.
I was dead?
Oh, yeah. He touched you with the glove. Well, no, I didn't see that. You were laying there and bleeding out of everywhere. And then you started floating in the air, glowing green. Then your voice got all weird. And you said you returned, which I thought was odd because you're already standing right there. And then you weren't dead anymore.
He's looking around. Did they all leave?
Who's he asking about?
We're all still there, but like at the we're all still there, right?
Yeah. I was told I was going to die surrounded by 13 virgin fillies.
I don't think that happened.
That fortune teller lied to me. I have been insulted. This is an outrage. Well, maybe it's because I didn't actually die. So I might still be surrounded by 13 virgin fillies before I die.
Looks like you are right now. And she just kind of looks around for anyone to laugh and just, no. Okay.
At this point, I assume that Jinx has gotten Valentine to like stop bleeding, and I'm trying to get him up, even if he's unconscious and or barely conscious. And but we need to kind of figure out where Draxus is. So until Draxus gets down, I'm going to try to like get him over to the donkey and see if the donkey will carry him.
Oh, sure. Place the corpse on the beast of burden.
He's not a corpse yet. We need some assistance, Scratches, or Leslie, or whatever your name is, and he'll put him over the top.
Hey, watch it there, buddy. That's my future wife you're talking about.
It's already your wife.
I thought it was like in there.
Draxus, you arrive.
You have to have the formal ceremony still.
What is this? What is this?
It's up in the air.
You arrive, Draxus, at the base of the stairs.
Great. You guys are doing great.
Why are you so happy?
You see that thing I did? I jumped in the air. That was cool.
I jumped off a building.
Yeah, I saw that.
Off a building.
I saw that. I teleported up one.
There is some...
Very cool.
He fell off one. That's good.
That's easy, though.
Yeah. Where's Bob?
I got news for you guys. I think the spirits are going to call it quits on me soon. Keep asking them for favors to keep bringing you guys back from the dead.
Indeed, I was unable to call upon Brax to heal Valentine back up as well.
Oh, on who?
Valentine. Brax, I was unable to call on his powers earlier.
Who? Oh, you're... Pretend... Yeah.
Maybe you displeased him. Somehow.
Why are you still out of breath?
I have like 1 hit point.
Maybe the hotel people will let us stay there. Now maybe they're not so smooth now that they have a broken hot air balloon over here.
Maybe, I don't know, but we did kind of crash an air balloon in their courtyard. A couple of ogres rained down.
I talked to the guards. It wasn't even us. It was the ogres.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it wasn't even us. It was a complete misunderstanding.
But we were the heroes.
Don't even worry about it. We can call this one a wash. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, that.
There is lots of shouting coming from inside the hotel at this present moment in time. You can't make out exact words, but it does sound like his superior shouting at inferiors about them doing something stupid.
I'm not as learned and smart as some of you guys, but maybe we should move on and go back to the other place we were staying.
I don't think there was another place, Dave. I think we just got off
I
thought we just got off the Sky Whale.
Place.
Is a whale.
Yeah, let's go back to the whale.
Why don't we rest for the night in a comfortable bed? Since, they kind of owe us a little bit.
I don't know. The watch seemed really angry at those guys. And I don't know if I have to watch the
it's okay. I also found, it's weird. And he thumps his backpack off. I found, this entire chest full of money in my bag. It's the weirdest thing.
And he pulls the chest down and opens it.
Full of coins.
From the librarian.
I don't know how
That's the one you. That's the one you stole.
Different one entirely.
It's a different one than the one you stole.
If no one's picked
So
up
we
the
have double
book,
the treasure.
I'm going to pick up the
Exactly
book.
the same as the one that was in
Yeah,
the.
she doesn't believe him. She just doesn't care anymore.
You say, Vankus?
I'm picking up the book if no one has grabbed it.
No one has grabbed it. Absolutely. All right.
And I really think we should find some place else to sleep. Not here, and not where the watch is. They seemed really pissed at you guys.
Damn it.
Closes the
Perhaps
chest.
on the other end of the city.
I mean, me and
far
Jake,
away from this.
we made friends with the watch, and we're gonna have bread and stuff. But they seemed really pissed at you guys.
Yeah, we were cool. You guys were,
I'm gonna slap that ass, guy, and try to get him going.
He takes umbrage and he sort of starts walking forward slowly, and he's like, "Is this the speed you want me to go at? You want me to go a little bit faster?
As fast as you can."
I can go a little bit faster," he says, and he starts to walk just a little bit faster, and then he kind of slows down again. But then maybe I, might need to be beaten by my master again. Is that what you want to do? That's what you like to do? You like to beat your ass? Yes, yes, he says, and then he just starts to move at a decent pace.
I walk up to him and start scratching behind his ears.
Barnabas does not get the sarcasm from the donkey at all. No, I only slapped you to get you going. It's not something I enjoy doing.
Right. So with that conversation, the 4 or 5 of you and the donkey make your way out of the courtyard. There is a guard that comes. He doesn't see you. He goes rushing past because he's holding this big vial of olive oil. As he's looking optimistic for his olive oil and toast, which is just brilliant. You are finding a space to sleep in on the other side of the city of Salak Sadrom.
Yeah, as far away from this chaos and mess as possible. We don't need to be any part of it.
All right. It's not too difficult to make your way through the city. You blend in quite easily with everybody else, even though you're kind of covered in blood in the first 10 minutes or so. Just the sheer amount of dust has already caked it and turned it brown and sticky, and you blend right in with the rest of the natives as you move around. You find some obscure little place. It's the inn itself is called the Point of Light, which is ironic considering it's in the shadow of 3 larger buildings. But you'll get a room. How many rooms? 5 rooms, easy enough to secure.
We've got gold now, right, Draxus?
Sure. Costs you 2.5 gold.
We got plenty of it.
Can Nemia have one? She'll walk over and put her hand out for 1 gold.
You get 1 gold.
I'm rich! I've never had this much! And she just starts shaking, and she just starts counting all her bread, and she's trying to figure out how much more she could fit in her bag the rest of the time, the walk there.
So wholesome.
How about some clothes there, Jinx?
No, whole wheat.
All right, so Jinx is in bread, and the rest of you
are in bed.
Yeah, let's shack up. We want to get by the far end, the walkway, all the rooms together, so we can hear we're getting, stabbed over a book, and
Right.
we don't have to keep watch. That's what.
Is there at least a 4-person group room?
Sure,
I don't know
absolutely.
if Nebula wants to crash in a room full of dudes, or if she really gets the difference. I don't know.
Mike going back to his college days.
I definitely want to try and sneak the donkey into our room.
Jacob, how much is that for a week's stay in silver?
It's shut the fuck up.
45 silver for a 10-day.
All right. So you're going to try and sneak the donkey in. Would you give me a stealth check, if you please, Vankus?
Dave, why? It's not that kind of show, buddy.
Very, very important.
Can I help by distracting?
Kick your ass with a
You
hotel
can
room.
indeed. So you have advantage, Vankus, because
Okay, so
A druid comes
That's
in
it.
with
Nemia's
bloody
like
dudes.
dancing with the gold coin.
We need a room for the 3 of us, her, and that donkey. Don't ask any questions.
You distract the desk clerk who really could care less. He works in an inn that's ironic, so he doesn't care. As you sort of sneak the donkey inside, the donkey looks at the beds and then immediately jumps up onto one of them, does a few circles, and then lies down.
yeah, I would actually sit on the floor with my back against the bed that he lies on,
Right.
and I'm going to pull out the book so he can continue our literacy lesson.
Nemia has her coin tucked in her potato sack, like in the top, and she's just has her feet like laying like a little kid like this, reading the book on the edge of the bed, just behind the donkey.
All right, that's what you 3 are doing. Valentine,
I'm unconscious.
so you're sleeping?
Yeah. I will
right, yes,
remain
I'm not-
unconscious.
You will remain unconscious. All right, so you're going to sleep. Barnabas, you're going to sleep as well, I'm assuming?
Yeah, Barnabas is just kind of propped up. He's kind of surprisingly quiet. He's just kind of propped up in his bed, waiting for everybody to like call the lights and go to sleep.
Draxus, what are you doing?
Where's the rod
You're not sure.
and the corpse?
Well, the corpse has been left in the courtyard. From
Oh,
what
I thought Jenks was carrying it. She bundled it up like a burlap sack.
Excuse me, she bundled up the gloves.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
you
you bundled
weirdo.
him up.
Yeah.
She got that
bundled-
loot.
I thought you bundled him up.
No.
We did not Uncle
There's
Bernie's.
a donkey, there's a corpse. She's just dragging.
Yeah.
We
I
didn't
thought-
Uncle Bernie's it, man.
But you was he? So I sorry. I thought that was happening. Was he thoroughly searched before we left?
Yes.
Just so I can clarify.
I wouldn't use the word thorough. I would say that he had his gloves taken off of him and his book taken.
Can I retroactively do that? I thought someone was carrying him around this whole time, like an ass.
Draxus runs back outside and starts searching through
Why? Why did we do
in the
this?
middle of the night, wakes up. Oh.
All right. What I'm going to say is roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
So I did have the rod, though, the rod in the book.
Yeah, you're right on the money. You're right on the line there. So in the chaos and pandemonium, you did not search him.
Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah, I misheard that. Yeah, so he would look over to, I guess, because he would have seen Vankus take the rod. Says, Vankus, can I have that rod?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what to do with it. Here,
Yeah,
Just-
me neither.
whatever you do, do not touch it to your chest.
Me?
Anyone.
Oh. Sorry.
He kind of takes it, and like he's turning to walk back to the desk, where I assume
Sure.
he taps it to his chest.
You touch it to your chest.
Yeah.
As you touch it to your chest, you don't feel anything. Inside the rod is still this glowing green smoky mist, but
Yeah, that's just my soul. Don't worry about it.
it doesn't
Totally.
seem to do anything when you do touch it to your chest.
Perfect. Yeah, he just and then continues to the desk and places it down and just brings out like notebooks and paraphernalia and books and the smaller tome that
The
I can't
poem
remember
book.
his name,
Yeah.
the poem book. Yeah, and I'm basically investigating or going over this rod with a fine-tooth comb to see what the hell it is. And if he sees a forlorn-looking Barnabas, he kind of like sighs and looks at him and kicks the other chair out, but makes no move to invite him to the table, and continues to go about his business.
Right. So that's what you're doing. You're listening to the donkey. The donkey starts reading, and he looks up at you and he says, "You realize this is a technical book. This is talking about building something."
With a blank, stupid look on my face, I go, and it's clear I have no idea what he's talking about.
She's as close as she can be to the donkey's face. Building what?
I don't know. We'll have to read the book.
Okay, we'll keep going.
All right. Thank you for purchase. No. He does not read that out loud as he starts to read through the book. It takes him about an hour to get through the introduction, and from what you can gather, Draxus, you're trying to read through the poem, and the poem is talking about the sisters who see a river and they want to perforce dash themselves in yon muddy river, for the love of their life is unknown to them, and it's just this epically soppy, melodramatic poem. And in the background, you're hearing the donkey talking about, with the siphon of the gods, you insert, I'm not sure what this word is, you insert the molding into the heart. No, you insert the heart. The molding becomes the heart in the presence of the core. So he's kind of going through, it's quite technical what he's reading, and there's lots of little breakaway passages and footnotes and things which he's trying to read as well. So between the two of you, between Vankus and Jinx, I need you to give me a combined intelligence check. And you need to get above 25 with your roll to be able to make sense of what he's saying. Otherwise, he's just spewing words at you.
Hey, Dave.
Hmm?
Sorry in advance.
You know what? I'm right there with you.
Nope, just kidding.
No, that's
That's perfect.
Wow.
So the conversation was, Jenks was like, I think I got this. I think I got this. And Vankus is like, just eat something.
Apple core and
just derails everything. The
mold.
whole thing.
Don't get the fire near the mold. It'll get cold.
Yeah, that's kind of what it devolves down into. Draxus, what are you doing whilst you're hearing this? Like listening to the study group in the library next to you when you were studying in school and stuff, and you hear them going on the completely wrong tangent. You're like,
yeah,
completely not how that works.
He has PTSD grading papers and has a spasm and just starts writing X's on a paper. He crosses those out. I don't need those. What is this rod all about? Is it just like a straight rod with like a button on it? Because this is I picked it up originally and then it was stolen from me. So this is the first time I've examined it.
Correct. So
what does this look like?
Think of it as a cylinder or a tube more than an actual solid rod. It has 3 amber stones inset into its length, but looking at it, those stones, the one stone is no longer amber. Now it's got a slight green tint to it. It's more like an olive color than anything else. Inside of it, obviously inside the actual tube itself, you can see this green swirling energy. It seems to be contained within, but you can slide your claws into the actual chamber itself. You don't feel anything when you do so. You can also twist the rod, and when you do that, the ends seal shut and the whole thing gets slightly shorter. So it kind of screws around itself to seal off the ends.
And am I able to find the button? Interpret that as you will. The one that makes him go invisible.
I'm not going to touch that.
I will.
Yeah, keep your hands off that rod, Joe.
Yeah, you're looking around, and give me an investigate check, if you please.
Sure. Would Arcana work here also?
Arcana would work. Yeah.
Okay. 17.
As you're sort of looking around, you realize that on the other side to to the 3 amber stones, or the 2 amber stones and the 1 olive stone, there is it's like a smooth patch on the rod that's smoother than the rest of the rod. And as you run your fingers over it, you feel a slight tingling in the tips of your fingers and nothing else. But when you look down, you can't see yourself sitting in the chair anymore.
Perfect. He presses that area again and then is going to press on the perfect. And he's going to touch each of the amber and olive stones and see if there is any kind of anything.
The olive stone, is it your imagination? It looks more yellow now.
And the other ones are still amber.
Still amber, correct.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
Astute observations there, Mike.
Yeah. I mean,
and cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, clearly, what's his name? Valentin's soul is powering this device by some minimum. I keep turning it on and off again, and the phone's going to go back to just wait till he sleeps and I'm going to buzz him again real quick and fuel it back up. I'm going to hit the donkey while I'm at it. I got 2 living batteries over here. But he looks over, he like satisfied with what his thoughts are on this thing. He kind of looks over and says, "Are you making any heads or tails of that book there, guys?"
Great pictures. I mean, the illustrations are just right.
As a matter of fact, one of the illustrations does look like the rod.
Oh, that's your thing.
Perhaps I could take a look at it. I am a learned man.
The book or the rod?
The book.
Oh, right.
Well, let's mark our page, and I slap the flyer down on top of the book to mark the page.
So Barnabas has an 8 intelligence.
Welcome to the club.
But he's been taught to read, even though maybe doesn't comprehend all of the stuff inside of it all the times. But
I have this image in my head of you.
I have a religion. I have a religion bonus if that will help.
Not in this particular case, sadly. It is okay. It is.
I will just perhaps he'll look at it with his -1 modifier. Sure. I don't have any inspiration points to spend, do I, Guy? Do you do that at your tables? Okay, no.
I forget about inspiration points. Everyone has 1 inspiration point. Let's do it.
I was thinking maybe he would do it. It'd be really funny if it was like an epic roll. But it's a 1.
Well, it is an epic roll.
It's a 1.
Nice.
Almost as bad as you could get. Yeah. You are looking at the book. It looks like there's a diagram of different shapes, like tubes and spheres and numbers and stuff. But you're distracted because the page that Vanka slapped down to mark where they are in the book is a flyer that's talking about a circus performance that will be happening at Hightown. And on the front of it is this rather scantily clad woman with a green glowing chest flying out of, I believe it was a trebuchet that had just fired her across the big top of the tent that this circus is. And it's going to happen in now about, 2 days or a day and a half.
He kind of looks over the books and like, this isn't even in common. Ooh, and he just hands the book, totally takes the flyer that Venkus used to mark the page out, right. Hands him the book back closed, not even realizing their page is lost. This looks interesting. Perhaps we should investigate her. And then I'll kind of hold it up in front of Venkus's face, even though he clearly could see it from wherever it was, but now it's in his face.
Her
chest is glowing.
I've always wanted to go to the circus. We should do that.
Nemia, do you see this?
Leslie would love it.
I'm sorry, Lauren.
Nemia slaps the flyer out of her face, walks over. She kind of gets pushes herself back up, gets off the bed, walks over, takes the rod away from Draxus, and goes back to the book. And the guy was when you were looking through it, you could see through because he had stretched it out, and it's hollow in the center, right?
Correct.
she's going to put it to her eye and look at the book.
You put it to your eye and you look in at the book. You can see the book with the swirling green energy, which is, it's very faint now. And it's only because you actually have it closed off from the light that you can actually see the green energy left in the tube. But otherwise, no major insight there.
Okay. She puts it back and then goes back to her spot and is trying to like flip through and find the page that they were on.
Absolutely. Valentine, in your unconscious dreams, there is a cat that just wanders in and sits down next to you. You're not entirely sure what's going on there as you sleep and slumber. Are the rest of you going to... Yeah, so night starts to fall as you continue your studies. Draxus, what are you doing?
He looks over at Jenks. He says, do you mind if I take a look at that? Do you want to take a look at it here? And he points to the chair.
Venkus, is that okay?
Yeah, what am I going to do with it? Donkey's done reading.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Donkey? I mean, Scratches?
Sure, I have no issues with carrying on, but Al-Qasim had much better, more interesting stories.
Yeah.
There was one called Brown Beauty, there was another one called White Beauty, and then there was the trilogy closeout. No, we don't want to read that.
She's going to pet him again and just say, "I've never read a book, so whatever you think is good for me." And she just takes the book, puts it on her head, walks over and sits cross-legged on this chair and plops it on the desk.
You can still look at the pictures if you'd like.
And he
yes.
Okay.
And he looks over to Barnabas, I assume still holding the flyer, and he like rubs his temples and he goes,
"Perhaps it is a sign from Brax that we're on the right path, and you were destined to find it in such a manner. Perhaps
it was from Brax.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just a flyer that was
All right.
convenient.
Either way."
Feeling like he did his good deed for the day, he opens the book and starts to read through it.
Wait,
That's your good deed for the day?
He tries to pep talk
Maybe your God's helping. That's it. That's all you got in you. All right.
Listen, he meekly offered you the chair without saying anything. And then he casually gave you an offhanded comment about your God.
He's coming around. He's coming around. So Vacus was kind of distracted because he was thinking like something's missing, like, and when you mentioned Leslie, I'm like, he left his wife somewhere, and she's not here with us. That's a terrible husband.
Venkus, remind me, I'm supposed to bring. What are those stupid things girls like? The stupid things, and they come out and they're
flowers. I like flowers too.
Sure. We're supposed to bring those back with us.
But you know what? When we go investigate the circus, I could take Leslie with us, and it would be like a date.
This is going to be great.
Is it bad to take your wife adventuring? How does this even work?
It's my nightmare.
She just stands behind all of us.
It's a Draxus from the book.
What do you think, Scratches?
Draxus just keeps reading louder and louder.
We don't really do the commitment thing. It's not in our natures.
Are you just in it for the ass?
It's a mountain release type of situation that we have. Swarm.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are like that, Scratches, but not owlbears. Owlbears mate for life.
I did not know that about owlbears. That's
true.
Okay, then, he says, and sort of circles again and then lies down. Good night. And then quietly he puts his head down, but you can see he's got one eye open, just watching in case someone's going to try and marry him or whatever the case might be. He's a little bit nervous with all this talk about commitment. It's not in his nature to do so. Draxus, you start to read through this tome and you realize that it's either constructing a gigantic weapon of some kind, but it looks as if you need an incredible amount of power to fuel this device. But you think that once that has happened, you will be able to create an object. You'll be able to forge an object, which it looks like this heart, which if you read it correctly, will give you the power of the gods. So that's what the whole book describes how you should do it. So each chapter is components that need to be assembled to build this device, which obviously you skip to the end so you can see what the hell this thing is. And it talks about going to the core of the planet and using the magnetic fields, the magic fields of the planet to bind together the energy that has been accumulated using the cylinder. You realize acts as it's called the siphon of the gods. It acts as a storage device for where you keep the power of the gods until you inject it or infuse it into this mold, into this core that then happens.
Yeah, he's reading this out loud and louder the longer other people talk. To Jinx, of course. And when he's satisfied with the book, he sort of closes the large tome, lays the he actually condenses the rod and puts it in his pack, and then walks towards one of the beds and sort of offhandedly looks to Barnabas and says, "So we've established that Brax's preferred colors are green, yes?"
Yes, it is his favorite color. It's his color of his people.
Yeah, does he have like a... What? Never mind. Does he have a favorite number? It appears dozens of times in his teachings and practices, a holy number or anything of the like.
3. I thought it was 4, but it might be 3, I think.
Yeah, it would be 3. All right. Well, we have something to talk about in the morning.
And he slings this, and the pack has like this loud thud because it's still full of a chest as it collapses next to the bed, and then he just sort of flops into the bed.
All right, you're sleeping, Vankus, Jenks?
After spending a couple hours resting, are we on the first floor or second floor?
You are on the first floor directly above. It's only a 2-story building, so ground floor, and then you're on the second floor, I suppose you would call it.
All right, well, I'm going to scurry out the window after I've rested for a couple hours, take on dire wolf form, and go look for the son of my wife.
All right.
Yeah, that won't be a problem in the middle of town.
Didn't we leave her on the ship?
Ah, Daryl, it was a great time we had. Oh, shit!
You know, after a good time of hanging with the boys, you jump out the window of your hotel room, turn into a wolf, and scent down your wife.
That's normal stuff. That's normal stuff.
Totally.
That's what you do. All right, so that's what you're busy doing. Yes, indeed, a long rest finally happens, and night slumbers.
Oh, thank God.
Carry you away to places of bliss, except perhaps for the dreams of a certain paladin, which are particularly dark and lonely. As thoughts happen. The sun rises eventually. Vankus, you have found your wife. She had returned to the Whale indeed. She had been around town and is on the Whale busy chatting to the captain and his assistant, Atnim Kasim. And she looks up with joy as you arrive. She comes rushing over and she sort of slings her arms around you. And is just full of joy and happiness.
Good, because I know she likes cooking breakfast for me, so.
Absolutely.
God, you did not just say that.
No, actually, Guy has set the precedent quite a bit early on. With,
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I can't believe it.
because Uncas likes to help her cook, so, which is probably more in the way than anything. But.
Fucking digging.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
The moment
you know how wives work.
there are
I
all
have
kinds.
no comment.
No comment. Plead the fifth. All right. So you, yes, the moment you arrive, she immediately rushes off into the kitchens to go and start preparing you a meal. She makes comment that she has spruced things up a little bit. The captain comes over to you and he says, "I am very glad that you are back. I am not complaining because, well, to complain would be bad, but there is a little bit of business that we need to discuss. Your wife is a very good cook, very good cook, but she has insisted that we construct a love nest on the ship."
like a bird would make a nest. What is a love nest?
Oh, no, it is a wooden structure with a roof in it and with walls all around it. She claims there is unfinished business between the two of you.
I don't know much about business. I figured you would know all about this. You're a merchant, right? Business is right up your alley. Maybe you can explain it to me.
No, definitely this is not my business. I am I am happily married. This is not my, this is all on you. You rescued her. It is for you to decide.
Oh my gosh.
I think we're going to a circus. What is, I'll go find, all right. I'll straighten it out with her.
Very good.
Leslie, what is this nest?
Stop her from doing the cooking. The cooking, she is very good on the cooking. I mentioned this.
Well, I will talk to her as I help her cook.
He nods and kind of gives you a wink. Just by the way, the nest is almost finished. She promised us that you would pay for everything.
Just built it anyway.
Jesus.
Sure. Do you take berries?
Oh my God.
I don't understand. I have all of the receipts. Do not worry. It was not that expensive.
I'm going to have to get Draxus to explain this to me and look over your receipts.
You're going to have to get Drax to pay for it for you, man.
Fighting evil, tracking down these important items, and back on the ship, they're like, they want to fuck, so we got to make a shack for them. Like, oh, we have a problem.
And Drax has to pay for it.
A sex dungeon, and they're like, well, we built it, but you got to pay us for it.
You got to pay us for it. That's business. That is what happens when you leave your wife alone for a day.
We've been indentured until we can afford to pay for the love nest construction.
Draxus just wakes up like stark in the middle of the night. Something bad's happening. Passes back out.
Right. So the sun has risen. The four of you find yourselves in that tavern. What are you doing? You going to head back to the Skywell, or
Do I wake up?
Yes, you do. It's a long rest. You wake up. Draxus, your nightmare. Well, you have this horrific nightmare. As you're not sure, there's visions of you yourself with your scaly claws reaching out and pulling the hearts out of all of your comrades, basically to get to the heart of Valentine, which you then pull out and then devour with sort of, although it's green energy, it's sort of just blood washing over your chin as you eat this warm heart. It's a very visceral dream.
Is that Draxus having the stream?
Draxus is having the stream.
You had said Barnabas wasn't having a good dream, and I was like, holy shit, am I like eating
Barnabas
people's
was having
hearts?
a very different dream.
Okay.
Barnabas's dream was walking. Oh, sorry, I didn't describe it to you. Barnabas's dream was walking absolutely alone in this massive, massive field of darkness, and every now and again catching glimpses of childhood memories. There was a friend of yours. His name is. Give me a name.
It would have to be Braden.
Braden is there for a moment. He looks up at you holding the little paper boat that you guys used to race down streams, and then suddenly he turns into black mist or black smoke. Then later on, you see your other friend, Brian, as he is also bringing back, you racing each other, riding horses. Then you get to another friend of yours. His name is?
It's Bobo, whom the sword is named after.
Bobo indeed is there, and it's a memory of how Bobo died, which was a tragic training accident in the academy of in the order of the paladins that you were studying in.
I mean, yeah, at the Briarheart Bracademy.
That's what you called it. At the time, you were young and thought that was cool and hip. No one else called the Briarwood Bracademy. It was your thing, and they accepted you for it. Nonetheless, so those are the two dreams that the two of you have until the sunlight from outside brilliantly wakes you up. And yes, that is what's going through your heads. Jenks, you're just floating in bread. There's bread everywhere. Bread all around.
Good dream.
It's the best dream ever.
For infinity is there's more bread and more bread. And yeah.
I kind of imagine you guys wake up and she's just looks like she's just pulling bread off her horns and just rubbing her face, being weird.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
What's my dream, guy?
Your dream is absolutely nothing. It's one of those when you wake up and you go, I didn't have any dream. It's just like you were an oblivion.
Psychopath.
Yes, however, hurts like a mother. There is this intense throbbing pain in your chest, and somehow you and the donkey have curled up next to one another.
Why is the donkey? What? Who's in the room right now?
You and Draxus and Vankus and Barnabas.
I look up at Draxus and I say, what's going on? What's happened?
In general, or...
Last thing I remember, I touched the rod to... this.
All right, well, all right. Let me see. Let me break this down to a Vegas understanding. Okay, I'm going to say, hey, everyone, I have news. You can determine if it's good or bad news. And then you can probably determine the course of action we go from there. I'm pretty sure this, and he reaches into his pack and extends the rod, can remove the green glow from both you and scratches his chest.
Oh, shit.
Good news.
Indeed,
right?
It would be good news.
Bad news. It's going to hurt like hell.
Do it.
Wait. There's more bad news. There's 3 gems. I think that means there's 3 green glowing people. And Barney, the paper, please.
All right.
Yeah. There's the third one. Yeah. There's the third one. I don't know if she'll be as willingly to let me stab her in the chest with this thing.
Take it out.
Wait. There's still more bad news. I'm pretty sure that if you can take this fully charged and bring it somewhere very specific, God damn it, you either make a super powerful weapon or you become a god.
And on that note, we'll see you all next week. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
That was awesome.
That was good.
Bang.
This was a hell of an episode, man.
That was
Jesus.
That was a hell of a cliffhanger. I'm not mad about that one at all.
I was just waiting for you to say something intelligent. I was like, come on, just say something. Give me something. Yes.
And he got nothing, so he just stopped there.
Oftentimes there is a significant wait for Michael to say something
anything
intelligent.
intelligent.
thank you guys so much for joining us. We have a giveaway link, which Dave will unbeknowingly post for you guys all over the place. Dave, what are we giving away exactly, Fantasy Grounds? Do you know?
I believe we're giving away one of the ultimate licenses.
We're going to give away an ultimate license?
Or what is it we normally give away?
Wow. Okay, so we're giving away, we'll tell Doug we're giving away an ultimate license, and he'll totally go for it because he loves us. We are going to give away an ultimate license. So this is a lifetime ultimate license to Fantasy Grounds. And we'll throw in the Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook with that, so you guys won't have to purchase that either. You can play on Fantasy Grounds for free for forever, and if you're the DM, any of your friends can join your game and have access to the Player's Handbook and any other books that you guys have purchased as well. So, yeah, that's going to be a hell of a giveaway. So we'll give that away. The link is right there on the YouTube chat. We'll post it over in Twitch, which I think Mike will handle for me because he says intelligent things. We want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. Of course, we want to thank Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. We love Fantasy Grounds even when they make paladins useless, or screw over the party, or TPK us, or
roll force.
Roll lots of force. So big thank you to Fantasy Grounds for being our virtual tabletop of choice. Guys, go check out Dungeon Painter Studio over on Steam. It's like $15. You can make infinite maps. Guy has made the infamous Skywell map over there, so you guys can customize it. It's an incredibly cheap and awesome program, and you should definitely use it if you guys are playing anywhere online like Fantasy Grounds. Also, huge shout out to Elderwood Academy. So, guys, Elderwood Academy has mini hex chests. They've got hex chests over there. They make incredible custom wooden gaming accessories. You guys can see behind me, I've got my dice scroll tower. So yeah, Christmas is coming up, and if you guys have, like, you know, another gamer in your life, like, you know, nobody that I know here on the cast, yeah, pick up like a mini hex chest. It's like killer stocking stuffer. It's like $30 and it comes with like a metal set of dice. So links to all of their cool swag down in the description box below. Huge shout out to our sponsors, whom we love.
If you guys want to see us with even less of a filter, join our exclusive Discord, see our character sheets, and hear an awesome podcast. Go check out patreon.com/saveordice, where you can jump in for the low price of $3, which Cody has broken down into how much?
It's like 75 cents an episode. Like, seriously.
What?
And if you want the video, it's like $1.25 an episode. You're gonna get
so
52 hours this year.
Like $1.25.
Look how high my voice is. It's amazing.
For less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you can help support some streamers.
Yeah, and so, you know, a lot of people were asking us what's going on with the After Dark show, and why is that? Somebody said it's a paywall, and it's like, look, guys, here's the deal. It's going to pay for the cast. So it pays for the cast, and if you enjoy Save or Dice, the flagship show will always be free. But for people that want to support us, we're making a bonus show just for you guys. So we really appreciate it to all of our patrons who have already jumped on and supported us over there, and for all of our sponsors who've supported us since day one. Guys, we love your faces. We really genuinely appreciate it. So thank you. Was that too lovey-dovey at the end? We'll just tell these guys that we hate them.
Nah.
We don't care about any followers or subscribers ever.
No.
Are we still on?
Yes, we're still on. We love your faces. Stay nerdy. We'll catch you guys.
Fuck those guys. Is this live?
We'll catch you guys next time. Take care.